Within the series of DC Comics, there are a lot of super powerful individuals such as Superman, Martian Manhunter, Wonder Woman, Doomsday, Parallax Prime, and Sinestro. But many of these characters are not as crazy or as insane or as greedy as Larfleeze, Agent Orange, the incredibly powerful Orange Lantern who bullied the entire Green Lantern Corps, Atrocitus, the Guardians, and other Lantern Corps who try to get in his way to steal what belongs to him. So, in this video, we're going to be power scaling just how strong Larfleeze is within the DC Comics and see where he stands within the realm of DC. So, let's go.
I got a fire for a heart, I'm not scared of a dark. You never seen it look so easy. Got a river for the soul, and baby you're a boat. Baby you're my only reason. If I didn't have you there would be nothing left. The shell of a man who could never be his best. If I didn't have you would never see the sun. You taught me how to be someone, yeah. All my life you stood by me, but no one else was ever behind me.
So first off, let's cover who Larfleeze is and the nature of the Orange Lantern Corps. For a heads up, I will be mentioning feats that happened in the post-crisis and New 52, and also early in Rebirth, so if I miss any feats out, just let me know. But I'll mainly be focusing on feats in this video that matters to his scaling. So, let's continue. Millions to billions of years ago, Larfleeze was a thief with a bunch of his fellow buddies, stealing stuff across the galaxy. Eventually he came across a map that belonged to the Guardians. Well, the map belonged to Krona, but you get the idea, he was a guardian that was banished, so yeah. Anyway, they came across this temple that was within the Vegas system of Okara, on the planet of Okara, and within this temple there was a power battery of the orange energy, or the power of avarice. So, the thieves were, Larfleeze was like, man, this is so tempting, I must have it. And the rest of his goons also, so Larfleeze was fighting over with the battery along with his fellow buddies and killed them. Unfortunately for them, the Guardians came in and tried to take the what they originally stole, but they were not expecting them to find the orange battery. They deemed the orange battery too dangerous to be left out in the universe, so they made a deal with Larfleeze. He can keep the battery as long as it stays within the Vegas system and doesn't come out the other systems. Many years later, after the Sinestro Corps War, many of the Sinestro Corps were stranglers, and many of the Lanterns were hunting them down to capture them and put them in prison. They eventually came across into the Vegas system where many Green Lanterns were dying and being killed off by Larfleeze, and Larfleeze felt that the Guardians broke their promise. But prior to this, the controllers, who were originally part of the Guardian Council, went into the Vegas system and tried to take something that didn't belong to them, which was Larfleeze's possessions. And so, Larfleeze deemed that the Guardians broke their word, and he lashed out against them. So the Guardians believed that, you know what, it's about time we take care of Larfleeze. He is too dangerous with the power within him, and we must annihilate him along with the power of the energy, of the orange energy. So everyone, they took everyone, all the Green Lanterns, most of the Green Lanterns, Hal Jordan, and this time Hal Jordan had the Blue Lantern ring along with the Green Lantern ring. So they also wanted to see just how, give it a test out on what Ganthet and Sade have been cooking up, since you know they were banished from the Guardians, and they made their own corps, which was the Blue Lantern Corps. Anyway, they came to the Vegas system. Larfleeze got pissed. He thought they were trespassing again. They broke their word, and Larfleeze lashed out. Now, Larfleeze's constructs and abilities work a lot differently than any other Lantern Corps. For starters, whoever Larfleeze kills, he absorbs their soul and adds them to his core within his battery and making him a part of the Orange Lantern Corps permanently. His constructs are also able to act independently without his command, and also act independently without him even being there. Not only that, the constructs alone are able to absorb energy and also magic, making them almost hard to take down. And since Larfleeze is the only Orange Lantern Corps along, he having his own central power battery always next to him, he's basically a one lantern army. So imagine having thousands upon thousands of lanterns within a corps, and that one person has the power of an entire corps. Keep in mind that many of the fodder Green Lanterns can be scaled to those planetary to star levels of attack potency very easily. Not to mention that Hal Jordan, John Stewart, Guy Gardner, and other Green Lanterns on that caliber is able to keep up in combat and hold their own against Superman, Wonder Woman, and even the Flash. The Justice League, which Hal Jordan is a part of and also scales to, have many impressive feats and shown throughout the publications that range them from the solar system levels to even universal levels of attack potency and durability. To name off a few feats, Superman, Wonder Woman, John Stewart, and Shazam were able to tank attacks from the Void Hound, which was able to wipe out multiple star systems in just one firing. Superman was also able to absorb enough energy to wipe out an entire galaxy, or at least a good chunk of one. Superman was also able to fight against one of Darkseid's avatars, and Superman hit Darkseid so hard it rocked an entire star system. During our worlds at war, there are these antagonists named the Parallax probes. They were capable of destroying galaxies and creating Big Bangs. Well, they had a portion of the Big Bang. The Justice League were able to fight against the Parallax probes and do pretty well, but most of them did get defeated. Superman, along with Doomsday and Mongol, have able to hold their own against the Parallax probes, though even a serious Mongol in Superman could barely take down one, but when Superman got serious, he actually did put in some work, along with Doomsday. So Superman and Mongol would scale those Parallax probes. Sinestro was able to fight on par against Mongol and able to defeat Mongol. Or was it Mongol's son? Either way, Mongol is quite comparable to Superman and he's able to fight on par against Superman. So Mongol would scale to Superman and so would Sinestro would scale to Mongol. Post-Crisis Superman and Golden Age Superman were able to shatter a space-time continuum just by fighting. A space-time continuum would generally be in those 4D ranges or universal plus ranges of power. So since Post-Crisis Superman and Golden Age Superman were able to do this, they will be in the universal ranges. You also have Cyborg Superman with many Yellow Lantern rings wielding him, able to fight against Superman and pretty much have his way with him. Then you have Hal Jordan able to fight pretty much on par against Cyborg Superman and hold his own. So many of the Lanterns such as Hal Jordan, Guy Gardner, Kyle Rayner, and John Stewart will be on those multi-solar systems, the galaxy ranges, and universal ranges scaling off of the Justice League such as Superman, Martian Manhunter, and Wonder Woman. And then you have Larfleeze able to fight on par against Hal Jordan, easily overpower him, along with him having the Blue Lantern ring, and his constructs pretty much soloing the Green Lantern Corps and fighting off the Guardians on his own. So, logically, you can scale Larfleeze off of Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern's feats during their publication. And after his battle against the Green Lanterns and the Guardians made a deal saying that, oh, well, we will not bother you again, just stay in the Vegas system and we'll be cool. And Larfleeze was like, okay, sure, I'll agree to that, but there's something I want. I want to know where I can get a Blue Lantern ring. And the Guardians think that, well, we can just crush two birds with one stone. Either they fight each other out and kill each other, or Larfleeze just kills the Blue Lanterns and ends our problem with Ganton and Sade. So Larfleeze went to the Blue Lantern homeworld and pretty much was soloing them, just soloing the entire Blue Lantern Corps. You can scale Blue Lanterns like Shane Walker to Hal Jordan, but the Blue Lantern's core nature is that they are not able to work their rings properly unless there is a Green Lantern in the vicinity. But you can scale them to the Green Lanterns, and it's no surprise that Larfleeze was able to solo them. Since Larfleeze is the only Lantern in the Orange Lantern Corps, and he has his own central power battery always next to him, he has some pretty special abilities that are only inherited to him. Like I said before, if he kills someone, he can add them to his core by absorbing their soul and make them into living constructs. And he can also do this straight away within combat. So if you fight Larfleeze and get defeated, or just fight him in general, you're probably going to get your soul snatched and add him to his core. He can amplify his range to even 7,000% or even 100,000%. He is even said to be a living power battery, so that he doesn't even need a power battery to charge his own energy. He is the power battery. And since he's been under the influence of the orange energy, he has very good mind hack resistance to where he's able to overlord beings who have incredible mind hacks abilities. This being named Dari, who was a part of the god of the House of Tenebris, tried to mind hack or enter the mind of Larfleeze, but Larfleeze's mind was too intense for her and basically tried to put her in a coma. She was knocked out of how overwhelming Larfleeze's mind is because of his greed. Even Volthoom, the original Lantern, or the first Lantern, could not manipulate his emotions. And Volthoom is a really powerful individual. Larfleeze was also able to match Kyle Rayner, who was channeling the power of the emotional spectrum. And when Kyle Rayner fought him, Kyle Rayner couldn't do shit. Larfleeze was overpowering even with his constructs. Even when John Stewart had the help of the entire Green Lantern Corps, the Sinestro Corps, and a White Lantern plus the Guardians on the side, he was not confident in fighting against Larfleeze. He was like, we may have all this health, but I'm not sure that's going to be enough. So Larfleeze is a pretty damn powerful individual, and he's definitely not to be underestimated. But you can possibly get higher off of Parallax. Now, it was stated by the Guardians that Larfleeze contained a power as threatening as Parallax. Now, we all remember Parallax, right? You know, Hal Jordan got a little pissed off because, Cyborg, Superman, and Mongo destroyed Coast City. And, well, he got mad because he wanted to bring back Coast City and his friends, his family. And yeah, he got all pissed off that he couldn't do it because the Guardians, were being bitches. So, Hal Jordan got pissed off, slaughtered all the lanterns, absorbed the power battery, the central power battery, and became Parallax. Good story, right? Everyone was happy in the end. Well, mostly everyone, because, they were dead. Now, Parallax has some really impressive feats during this publication during Emerald Twilight and 0 Hour. He was able to destroy Cyborg Superman, the same Cyborg Superman that, destroyed Coast City along with Mongo. Yeah, he got his revenge. He was able to bitch around Captain Atom, Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, and the Ray at the same time. Well, his constructs were. He was able to pretty much defeat and solo the Justice League and a group of other superheroes. And with a willpower explosion, destroyed the Guardians. In 0 Hour, he was casually able to knock out Superman pretty easily, and he was able to absorb enough energy to recreate the universe and start the universe and remake the universe with the power of the Anti-Monitor's energy. He was also able to kill Time Trapper, who was also powerful in his own right. Now, throughout the history of Time Trapper, there are two people to put up the name. There is the original Time Trapper, which not people may pretty much know his name, and there is the one that was Superboy Prime after the whole Guardian app, and after he lost his power during Monarch, he was brought back to his original level and later on became Time Trapper. So since they both held the mantle of Time Trapper, they should have some of the same feats and should be able to be quite scalable between them. Time Trapper has the ability to wrap the universe into his needs and see all time and access all time as well. There was once a time where he tampered with time and nearly caused all reality to be destroyed. He can create his own reality, which is a single moment within time. He was also able to throw lightning light into endless timelines and change his history to murder his parents. And there is the time when Superboy Prime said he can access all parallel universes, but the original Time Trapper should also be able to do the same thing, if you get where I'm coming from. And Hal Jordan Parallax was able to pretty much kill off that original version of Time Trapper pretty easily. So, logically, you can scale Parallax off of the original Time Trapper. So, Parallax should easily be in those universal to mid-multiversal ranges of power going off of that. And since Larfleeze's power is threatening or rivaling Parallax's power, going off the Guardians and no one disputes it, you could say that Larfleeze could be scaled to Parallax. Now that we got that out of the way, how fast is Larfleeze? Green Lanterns like Hal Jordan, Guy Gardner, and Kyle Rayner have all shown impressive speed feats throughout their publication. Hal Jordan has been able to fly from Earth to Mars in less than 15 seconds. Hal Jordan has also been able to fly across the universe in less than a day. Guy Gardner has been able to travel multiple light years in a few hours. Kyle Rayner has also been able to fly from Earth to Oa in less than a few minutes, which Oa has been stated to be in the center of the universe. And Larfleeze has easily been able to hold his own and keep him in combat with the likes of Kyle Rayner, Guy Gardner, and Hal Jordan in combat, and easily overpower them along with other Lantern Corps and the Guardians. However, Larfleeze will be in another speed tier as we know as immeasurable speed. Now the way you can get Larfleeze to immeasurable speed is scaling off of Hal Jordan, who is able to fight and keep him in combat with the likes of the Flash and Superman. Many speedsters like Professor Zoom and Flash, along like Barry Allen and Wally West, has easily been able to travel back and forth through time with their sheer speed. And for anyone who's saying, oh, this is just travel speed, no, they have easily been able to show this in combat while also in travel. While you can get the speedsters of Barry Allen and Wally West a lot higher than this, you can usually say they're immeasurable, generally going off of what I've said. They're able to travel back and forth through time with their sheer speed. And since Kyle Rayner and Hal Jordan is able to react to these speeds and keep up in combat with them, they will also have this level of speed. And since Larfleeze is able to keep up in combat and react to Hal Jordan and overpower in battle, Larfleeze will also have immeasurable speed. So, where would Larfleeze stand in terms of power? Well, going off of consistency, scaling off of Hal Jordan and other Green Lanterns, along them scaling with the members of the Justice League, they will at least be in those multi-solar, the Galaxy Ranges of attack potency, and also universal ranges. But if you want to use highball feats, you can say he scales to Parallax, who has universal to multiversal feats also. But that's been the video for today. I had a lot of fun doing this video, and I will not take all the credit. I did have some help with a lot of the scaling. So I have to give a shout out to my friends who helped me with this scaling. You know who you are. It has been a lot of fun scaling Larfleeze. I love Larfleeze as a character. He's really interesting, and he has a lot of good stories. I suggest you go check him out. Read Blackest Night, Agent Orange. It's a really good story. I recommend reading it. It's a must read. But if you like the video, please hit like, share, subscribe, also comment down below. Hit that notification button for more videos. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.